friends. Well, today I'm going to present to you the first draft of my floor plan for my future van. Now you're thinking, future van? You mean the one you're thinking of buying in a year? Yes, that future van. And I don't know, I guess I tend to overplan, and my thing is it's better to overplan than to underplan. And the more you think about it, the more you can make things the best they can be. So, yeah. Plus, to be honest, I enjoy it, so that's part of it. Anyway, let's take a look and see what I got going on. So here's a van that I saw on Facebook, on one of the Van Dweller Facebook group pages. And this is kind of the idea that I like. This is almost very similar to what I had in mind. They got the cupboards on the top. They have a couch on the left side, kind of a little bit more narrow, and a bed on the right side. Now, they don't have a partition. I would definitely have a partition. And they don't have the toilet bench and all that. But, yeah, that's kind of the idea. All right, so here we have first draft of a layout of my van, new van. Start with this area over here, the couch. This is something I'm doing, an interesting idea I thought it was interesting, is to have a bed, and then instead of having a bunch of storage over here, which I don't think I really need, I can have a couch instead of having the storage go right up the wall. Like a lot of times you see people like, I don't know, some YouTubers that have a big shelving unit on this side, and there's cupboards and stuff. And instead, I think I'm going to have a couch. Of course, underneath, I'm going to have storage. I'm probably going to have my batteries over on this side over here, so I can run the wires underneath this area here. It's really hard to control this arrow with this mouse. So I can run the wires and batteries underneath the kitchen counter to where the battery is. So yeah, the couch, I'm not exactly sure about the measurements on this. I would like to get this aisleway a little bit wider than 14 inches. So I need to figure out if I can get away with maybe 20 inches or even 21, 22, I don't know. So those numbers, I should say this whole thing is just a rough estimate. Nothing is written in stone. So yeah, the couch is going to be, well, the bed's going to be 74 inches by 33 or 34. My current bed is 72 by 34, and I think I can easily knock an inch off that to give the aisleway a little more space. And like I said, I'll probably adjust this number, but I don't know. Over here I have two propane tanks, and because this is going to be a high top van, it's going to use more propane to keep it warm, which means instead of getting propane every 2 weeks, I'm going to have to get it every 1 week if I had one tank. So instead, I'm going to have two tanks, two 20-pound barbecue style tanks, and they are going to be in a sealed box with a hole drilled to the outside, just to be a little bit more cautious. And the edge of the couch is going to stop here, like right where this line is right here. And then I'm going to have access like a door on top of the propane box so that I can easily turn the valves on and off. Otherwise, I'd have to lift up the couch to get access, and I don't want to have to do that. I want to be able to easily reach over and access that, because I do access those valves a couple times a day for sure. Anyway, of course, on this side we have the bed. I purposely chose this side, the bed to be on this side, for two reasons. Number one, if I get rear-ended, they're likely to hit this area. Like if I'm sleeping and I'm parked on the other side of the road, this area right here is the most likely spot they're going to hit. Because if they're driving along the road, blah, 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 and bam. Anyway, that's kind of my rationale for that. Another reason to have the bed on this side is because a lot of roads are sloped towards the curb. So here's the sidewalk over here, and the road is sloped towards the curve of the sidewalk so that water can run off and go into drain water, like sewer pipes. I gotta plug my phone in, otherwise this is gonna die. I'm doing this on a Galaxy Note 4, by the way. So let's plug that in and keep going. Okay, so yeah, propane tanks under here, 2 propane tanks, pillow. Of course, there's going to be all the storage underneath the bed and underneath the couch. Yeah, I'm probably going to put a drawer here for a closed drawer and then have it come out, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet. I could put clothes in lots of different places, but see, I have like bass guitar cabs and monitors, PA system monitors from my musical hobby of being in bands. So I need to store some of that under the bed as well. Okay, over here, this is again just a rough idea. If the bed or this area from here to here is 72, 74 inches, then approximate length of the transit interior is about 10 feet. So that means my counter will be 4 feet. I think that's probably a little bit too much, to be honest. But in my second van, I had a huge counter, which I really never used. So I don't really need 4 feet. So we'll see what happens with this. My stove's going to be here. And my roof vent is going to be, max air is going to be right about here. So I think that's good to have the stove close to it so the air can escape easily. And by the way, oh, look, I got a message. You guys see that? I'm just going to leave it. It's going to go away. Bye, Jason. I'm going to probably get a Wave 6. I'm not 100% decided on the heater, but it's going to be right above the propane tanks, and then it's going to be facing the bed. And I'm probably going to put it on a television swivel base, kind of like Static Camper Van has, actually, so that I can rotate it and stuff like that. So yeah, kitchen counter right here, and then this is going to be like, this right here is supposed to be the toilet, and this is going to be like a bench with a toilet underneath, and I can lift the lid and access the toilet easily. And then there's some things you need to store that take up a lot of space, like my water hose. It's 25 feet of water hose. I want to have that in a special sealed off area so I can keep it clean. And then I have large container of vinegar. It's like 4 liters of vinegar, and these things are just awkward and take up space. So things like that, I can just like open this lid and then have access to a nice comfortable toilet and have that kind of stuff there. On this side is the water storage. I'm undecided of what to do with this, but I know I want it close to the sliding door over here. I definitely want a sliding door, and so that I can easily just put the hose in and fill it up without having to move big containers of 60-pound containers of water. So I'm debating whether I'm going to go with the Aquatainers, because that way I wouldn't have to have a pump, because I could just use gravity, or if I'm going to use those jerry can style containers that hold about, I don't know, like 23 liters. And I got 2 of those right now, so I could get 2 more and then have like, I don't know, what would it be, 96 liters or something like that. And that's a lot of water. That would last me way over a month, definitely a month. And my arrow just froze. Okay, so yeah, if I use the jerry can style containers, I can fit a lot of water there, but then I'd have to have a pump. And the idea is, for this wall, I would like to build storage just like maybe 4 or 5 inches deep, so that I could put cans of soup and small items all up the door, or the wall, I should say, all the way up to the roof, kind of thing. That would make a lot of storage area. Of course, this will be the partition door here. So one thing I want to talk about is the airflow. Absolutely essential to me to have maximum airflow. This last summer was really hot, and I want to be able to have as much airflow through the van as possible. So this will be a sliding door rather than a barn door, because I believe sliding doors will allow for maximum airflow, because the barn doors, they kind of jet out a bit and they'll stop air from getting in as easily. Will it get in? Yes, but not as easily. So if you have huge back doors back here open, sliding door over here open, you're going to huge amount of airflow through here. And a hot day, that would be really good. And this is one of the reasons I'm leaning towards getting a high top like a Transit or ProMaster, and not putting a top on like on an Express or Savannah. Because if you put a top on a van afterwards, like, what do you call that, aftermarket? I don't know. The door is still only going to be original size of 48 inches or whatever it is. And when you have the Transit, those doors are huge. Like, the sliding door is huge. It goes from the bottom of the floor all the way to the roof. Whereas if you put your own high top on after the fact, like with an Express, there's still going to be smaller doors, which does not allow as much air into the van. I know that sounds minor, but, you know, this is a long-term situation here. I plan to have this for 20 years. So I want to make it as comfortable as possible. And that's why I'm spending a long time thinking about this, saving the money, and making sure I thoroughly plan it out so that I can have a really good design. Should mention also about the couch idea is that if I have a couch like this, that means I can fit, like, you know what, three to 4 people on each side. So really, I could have like 7 or 8 people in here hanging out. And right now I'm in a small band. There's only 3 of us, but it's an acoustic band. So really, I could practice with my band inside the van, saving like lots of money in rehearsal fees, because we have to rent a rehearsal studio. So I know it's weird to say, hey guys, you want to practice music in my van? But you know, it would save us money. We'd have light and heat and everything you need. And because it's acoustic, nobody needs to plug in to amplify anything, except for me, because I'm an electric bassist. But I'll have all that figured out. So that might work really well. And, you know, to visit people or whatever, they come out and hang in the van. My kids, of course, they can come out and hang in the van. And stuff like that. That's going to do it for this one, folks. Thanks for watching, and be well, my friends.